okay, we got a long line of people who may be popping pills, doing drugs, smoking weed. That's the way we cope. But like you said, we deserve to know other ways. And then honestly, even to find those other ways, we end up finding those moments where we're deterred from even seeking those other ways. Because I don't know if like you guys, but for my family, they didn't do what they did to you, TJ, but they did it in other ways. Oh, he's going to be sneaky. Oh, he's going to be somebody you can't trust. How do you say that to a 6-year-old?
He's just like his daddy.
Just like his dad. Oh my God. How do you say, and so you know what's so crazy, bro? Now having a daughter, my family doesn't even correspond with my daughter because they tried that same shit. My daughter has a strong personality. She ain't letting you tell her, do nothing to her. I was telling JL the other day, I said she's feeding me a cheese stick. And when I ate too much of it, she pried my mouth open and took it back. But see, when you talk to my family, they're like, ooh, she gonna be a mess. She gonna be hard to deal with. Ooh, she gonna have a hell of an attitude. You ain't gonna be able to control her. Right. That's the point, because ain't nobody looking to control her. I'm trying to raise her to be a strong-ass woman. And so, yeah, no, she can't be coming here hitting on me, but she can boss me around. The ladies at the Waffle House the other day said, oh, she gonna be a boss. I said, yep, she already is, because she walking to the door by herself with her wobbly legs. But she cleared her own path to the door. She didn't need to wait for her daddy to say, walk with me, daddy. No, you just go, because you know daddy right there behind you.
You've instilled that in her.
Yeah, man, Tony, I swear, I feel like our daughters, if they were to come together, it would literally, and I don't know why I keep comparing, but it's gonna be like two Beyonces because they're both light skinned, but I'd say like my daughter's a little bit darker, so she's gonna have to be the Kelly Rowland. But I mean, like, cause my daughter, she's a klepto. I'm sorry, she'll just straight up jack. She's like Debo. That's what she is. She's Debo, cause she'll jack your chain. She'll look at you, give you a stank face, and then like go ahead and make you feel real sad inside. So yeah, but I don't try to like keep her, in a type of submissive type of box, because like, I mean, her mom is the same exact way, and I can't put her in no dang box. So it's like, I gotta let her just run around and just be free. Whether that be, free when she grows up, free in her sexuality, free in her identity, and just like with my son, like I gotta support her in whatever she does. And as long as it's constructive and not self-destructive, it's like my son right now talking about a dinosaur. So, never lose your dinosaur. Never lose your dinosaur. That's all I got.
I think the best part is, man, it's just like, we're debunking a whole thing where I think the past generations were coming from so much trauma that they needed to control things, right? They looked at how hard they had it, so they saw you walking, TJ, and they said, man, look, let's correct this now, because blah, 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 but not knowing they were about to instill in you all the tools to deal with that plus some. Or whether or not the pedigree you come from is going to be able to deal with that. Like what you're saying too, JL, that strong ass personality. Why would I stop that? Why would I stop that? I want her to be as strong as she gonna damn be. Because guess what? If she ain't strong for herself, there's gonna be some old fuck dude that's gonna come into her life, and he gonna be calling the damn shots. And we not going for that. We not going for that at all.
So what you're telling me is maybe our ancestors were trying to do us a favor. I understand the whole, they're only doing the best that they know. I get that. At some point, we have to learn more. And we can't be afraid of that. Sometimes fear makes us put a limit on what is able to be. And there's more than one way to skin a cat, and we have to allow ourselves to learn those other ways, especially if they're more efficient, and if they let me be free in my own way. If I feel like doing it this way, I can do it this way. And it's not something, I was I was I was talking to my mother after we recorded on Sunday, and I was telling her, like, I didn't expect to be on that phone for like 4 hours, and she was like, I'm proud of you. As long as it's positive, I'm cool with it. And then Mary Magdalene's popping up. I was like, well, Mom, I don't know, but at the same time, like I said, there's more than one way. There's more than one way to do it, to do a thing, and we have to allow ourselves to be free to do that, in parenting, in our self-actualization, in just everything. And I guess furthermore, we have to forgive our ancestors, our parents, our grandparents for the mistakes they made with us. Probably they were thinking they were doing their best. And we have to, and I think that's part of our healing, is being able to forgive them, but grow past that too.
I think too, it's not necessarily like, hey, forgive because you did everything right, because you try to do the best way, but it's more forgive for yourself. Because just because what they try to do was right doesn't mean that it was right, but there has to be an understanding, because that's kind of what I think Brother Shaq was trying to say to us yesterday. There has to be a little bit of understanding that, like, they may not have been malicious in what they were trying to do. It was limiting, and some of it may have been fucked up, but they weren't necessarily waking up with the intent to, like, let me disrespect my son today. Let me hurt my son today. It was more, look at the limitations that they came from. You got to think, like, we're all around the same age. Our parents came from the 60s. You know what I mean? They still was dealing with fucking Jim Crow and segregation. And so then they see this newfound fucking freedom, and they're like, okay, but look, I don't want nothing to happen to you because I know how these white people be. So that might come from that, where they're trying to limit us.